Is that making sense? So this is the axis that determines the roll. So like, if I had the axis on a string, I was twisting it like that, and if I was twisting it like that, I could twist it and it would roll. Twist it. So on the longitudinal axis, longitudinal, the airplane rolls. Now on the next axis is the lateral. Can you take a guess as to which axis where that would be? I'm assuming you guessed right, and it's like this. Goes from here to here. The lateral axis is what controls the pitch. Same thing with the string. Let's do it. So if I had a string that controlled this axis right here, and I twisted it up, it goes like this. If I twist it down, it goes like that. That is called pitch. So the lateral axis is for pitch. Now, what's left? We have, vertical axis. So vertical axis. Here's a good thing right here. The black line right here, all the way up. So just like that. That is the lateral axis. Oh, did it wrong. So the lateral axis goes all the way up, and it's what controls the yaw. Yaw is what you use your rudder for. The rudder's right here. But basically, if you took a string again, you go like this. Goes like that. So let's go over this again. Longitudinal, roll, lateral, pitch, vertical. Boom. Alright, y'all got it. I can basically test y'all now. Okay, then we can go over the primary flight controls. Now, I'm just gonna give y'all a little test to see if anybody knows anything about planes in this comment section or this video, whatever. So I'm just gonna point at a part and you're gonna tell me what it is. There is 3 primary flight controls. If you get even one, I'll be impressed. Alright. Now what should I start with? What is this right here? I said something about it earlier. This thing right here. I'll give you about 3 seconds. Alright, this right here is the rudder. This is the rudder. Now, if y'all were in a cockpit, if y'all were right here, what do you think controls the rudder? The feed pedals, the stick, what's it called? I'm blanking. Like, what do you think the feed pedals or the stick thing? It's actually the feed pedals is what control the rudder. And if you didn't know, the feed pedals is what also controls taxiing, so moving on the ground. So if you're ever in a plane and you're taxiing, moving on the ground, and you start and you grab the wheel and you start going like this and pushing the power and wondering why you're not turning right, it's because you don't steer a plane on the ground with the wheel. You steer with the rudder pedals. There's 2 pedals on the floor. has to do with this thing right here. Yeah, let's get another primary flight control. Now, what are these things right here? It's on the wing. It's right here. These are called the ailerons. The ailerons. So this is part of the longitudinal axis. That's basically what controls you to like roll. And yeah, so if one goes up, let's say I turned left with my wheel. I turned left. I don't know how that's gonna look with the camera inverted, but yeah, if I turn left, I'm not a great teacher. I'm sorry, but if I turn left, I probably did that other demonstration wrong because I'm getting confused with this. But if I turn left, that means that this part right here would go up. I think I said that right. I need to quit yapping about stuff that I don't know how to explain well. I didn't really think this through. I'm kind of like going with the flow right now. But yeah, and the final flight control that we have not gotten to is this thing right now. There's two right here, just like how there's two ailerons. This is called the elevator. This is what controls the This is what controls the pitch, the lateral axis. Alright, y'all heard enough about that. But now, here, let me take this out. Now, I'm gonna teach y'all a thing or two about stalls. So, we're flying, right? This can happen at any altitude or anything. I was just practicing this. You're flying at any altitude. I think it enters any airspeed as well. This can happen. So every plane has a critical angle of attack. An angle of attack per se is the angle at which you're attacking the air. So if the air is going this way and you're going up like this degree right here. Sorry, I'm making a really bad thing of this. Okay, yeah, let's say this finger right here is the relative wind. That means that if I were pitched up like this space right here would be the angle of attack. I'm probably explaining this really bad, but y'all are using this as ASMR, so hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah, do not use me as like if you want to be a pilot, I'm probably not the best at right now. But if the plane exceeds its critical angle of attack, which means its maximum, so if the plane goes like this, and like it exceeds the angle of attack, it's gonna be like in degrees. Then the airplane stalls and like drops a little, and you have to recover by doing multiple steps, which I can explain, but I don't feel like it right now. But it has to do with like broad air control and power and all that. But y'all probably don't understand that. But the reason the airplane stalls like this is because this is right here. This is called an airfoil. So when the wind goes over the airplane, because of Bernoulli's principle and Newton's third law, the air goes up like this. Both sides